Let's move on. Let's move on. So underneath that card, we had Michael Morales, not Miles Morales, but Michael Morales versus Jake Matthews. Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right.
It was okay.
That's all I'll say about that fight. I was expecting that to be a hell of an ordeal.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I was expecting Jake Matthews to do a little bit better, but he was really kind of taken away from the fight by the attributes of Morales. You know, he was just bigger, like much bigger. He looked way bigger.
He looked huge.
Quicker as well. He did he dwarfed Matthews. He's a very, very big dude. Tall, rangy, powerful. Hurt Matthews a couple times. Nothing crazy significant. Just seemed bigger, stronger, quicker, better. What was 30-27, 29-28, 29-28, all for Morales.
Yeah.
I thought it was 30-27, honestly.
Yeah, I think that was where I was sitting as well.
Mm.
But yeah, it's tricky, eh? I mean, from the moment that they both got reads on each other and then kind of started getting to work, you could really see that it was just going to be Morales.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, Jake kind of just tended to shy further and further away from the scrap as it went on.
Yeah, he seemed intimidated. As if like he was looking at this guy and he was like, "There's no way I'm going to beat this guy. He's just bigger than me. Like I can't. It's too late now. I can't adjust. And look, I'm just going to fight out a decision." And he did well. Like he didn't get dominated. He had moments. He hit him with a good few shots, but no, it was Morales' night, and that guy could be a real problem with that division.
I agree with you. Well, 16-0 now.
Yeah. 16-0, that's super impressive.
Yeah, it keeps getting better and better. But who else is in that
that division?
Yeah, that we can match these guys up against next.
I want Morales to go top 15.
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely proven that.
No, for sure. Yeah, because he obviously fought Max Griffin, then Jake Matthews. Whereabouts are we? So the welterweight division. I'm thinking lower top 15s as well. Obviously, neither of those guys were ranked going into that fight, but let's give him a challenge. You know, like Sean Brady's booked.
Gary's booked.
A lot of these guys are booked. And Michael Chiesa, that could be a good fight.
Is Kevin Holland booked?
Kevin Holland isn't booked. No, I don't think he is. His last fight was Della Maddalena, which he lost. Kevin Holland, that could be an interesting one. Might be slightly too high up. I'd maybe like a Chiesa to break the top 15 and then start putting him into the other.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kevin Holland is only ranked number 12 on the back of two very close fights. So he could very well be ranked 6th right now, where Stephen Thompson is after that fight that they had. That could have gone either way.
He obviously beat Chiesa semi-recently, and Della Maddalena, that was a very close fight.
He's so active, man. It's great.
He is.
Of course you're going to move around in the rankings like that if you're that active.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But back to Michael Morales,
top 15.
I like what you say about Michael Chiesa. That seems like
he's a good grappler,
a good
as well.
test for him.
Good.
Even Neil Magny's booked, isn't he?
I think he is. He's also one of those guys who's extremely active.
He is extremely active.
Inconsistent. Yeah. Similar with Chiesa. I don't even know if Chiesa's even going to be fighting anymore. He seemed pretty dejected after his last fight against Holland when he lost because he got dominated. But chuck him in there. Put him against Michael.
And Jake Matthews will most likely end up against someone that we've never heard of.
Yeah, Jake Matthews. Yeah, I mean, give him someone obviously out of the top 15.
Yeah.
After that performance, we need to see him go back to basics, fight a dangerous but beatable guy. Maybe on like an Australia card.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because then he can jump onto a main card for an Australia card.
Yeah, I don't think there's one of those booked at the moment.
Not planned, I don't think. But
that'd be cool.
Yeah, have him headline against Colby Covington, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let's go.
Is a dump.
Yeah, Australia's a dump. Brazil used to suck. You filthy animals suck. Filthy.
Next fight?
Filthy. The next fight. I enjoyed this. Great jiu-jitsu battle on the ground. It was.
Yeah, I'm not laughing about that though, am I?
What are you laughing at?
I'm not saying it.
What? What was it?
It's
I
a
want to know
great
now.
jiu-jitsu battle.
The filthy animals.
Yeah,
That's what he said in the post.
I know. It's just
Australians are filthy animals. You know that. They're great. You're Australian.
That's right.
He's Australian. Well, he's not really Australian. He kind of is.
Alright.
Would you say you're Australian or Kiwi?
Well, on paper, I'm Australian.
Are both your parents Kiwi?
No,
Really?
really.
Your dad's Kiwi.
My dad's Kiwi. My mum is Australian.
Ah.
I was born in
But you were raised
in Australia, but then raised here from a young age. So on paper, I'm Australian, but on the inside, I feel like a New Zealander, I guess.
Show me.
Like this place has been home for
This is his
last
home.
21 years. So,
Oh, there you go.
Chase Hooper had a pretty good fight, though, didn't
Chase
he?
Hooper was bloody good, wasn't he? No, Chase looked brilliant, man. But that fight honestly could have gone either way. Two extremely high level jiu-jitsu guys, and it looked like it was two high level black belts who hadn't met each other before on the mat having a spar. And Hooper came out on top. He managed to sink in the choke first, but one of them was getting submitted no matter what.
Yeah.
It was constant flowing, moving.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was.
I agree. But it was still exciting, though.
Hmm.
And I think someone on the commentary team brought that up just as the fight was starting. Like, normally it's not something you sit down to watch a fight, and as soon as they start grappling or go into like a jiu-jitsu exchange, you're like, oh, for God's sake, like, you want to see people go in there and bang it out. But for this fight, I was quite happy to wait for one of them to push the other up against the fence and take them down and start.
That's where they highlight.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
where they're good. Yeah,
So-
no, I 100%. It was like, well, I think a lot, like, I'm not one to say that I don't enjoy jiu-jitsu and grappling and MMA. I don't enjoy grappling in MMA when it's just one guy holding the other guy down and there's just nothing happening, because that's when it gets boring. But when there's high level jiu-jitsu and it's always moving and the other guy's so good that he can't be held down, and it's like position after position, scramble. Oh, he's just tried a submission attempt. Oh, it failed. Now he's trying. That's when it's like,
Yeah, I agree.
this is sick. Like, that's, yeah.
Well,
And
at that
then-
point, it's still a fight. You're still trying to get to the other guy's neck. You're still trying to get to the other guy's throat first. But yeah, like you say, when it is just one guy who's tired and knows that he can hold the other guy down, so he will do that to get his breath back or whatever. It's
It's just domination essentially, and
I
it's
agree
just
with you.
it's much funner seeing like a good example would be like watching Khabib fight. Khabib was never boring. He used to dominate people in a way, and then he'd find a submission or he'd beat the shit out of them, and it was just like, holy shit, this guy is amazing. Like, this is insane. It was exciting. But then when it comes to, like, I don't know, think of a good example. Usman sometimes back in the day, not as much like later in his career, but he was known as like a boring champion who just held people down and just dominated people with his grappling. And he'd just hold them there and not really progress. So something like that. Obviously he's more exciting now, but this was an exciting one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
High
definitely.
level.
Definitely.
High level. We both picked Leavitt. Why did you do that?
I don't know, actually. I was trying to remember. Well, I think what we should do is we should lock in these verdict picks while we're running our picks through on the episode.
Yeah, that's a good
Because
idea.
I had kind of forgotten who I'd picked by the time that I did it on Sunday morning.
I think you picked Leavitt. I think we both did.
Mm.
And I think the main reasoning behind that was Chase Hooper's coming up from featherweight. He's a smaller guy in physique. He's obviously a decent amount. Leavitt's obviously a decent amount stronger, older, more powerful. It just seemed like he was going to kind of big brother him. But that's obviously not how it turned out.
No.
Hooper looked really good at 155.
He did.
He looked
I'll
strong
agree.
as well.
Where do we put him next?
Hooper, probably still outside of the top 15, I'd say.
I agree. One more.
Yeah, one more fight to kind of bump him up into that position to then fight someone in the top 15.
Then someone like a Moicano.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, that's the perfect kind of,
like a well-known name that's still, like you say, beatable.
yeah, someone who is beatable. Who do we have towards the
We're going lightweight, aren't we?
Oh, lightweight, there we are.
Yeah, there we are.
So towards the bottom, we'll chuck him in again. I just can't imagine Chase Hooper, and no offense, Chase, you're a great fighter, but Drew Dober's huge.
No, Chase would get that done.
You think?
Yeah, in my opinion. Well, Drew Dober's got a very coloured record. Hear me out, all right? I think there's something going on behind the scenes here.
Drew
This
Dober's a
guy-
racist.
Yeah. You book Drew Dober against a white man, he loses.
It's true.
You book him against anyone else. Look at his record, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I've
If
seen
you're
it.
listening at home thinking I'm just some weird conspiracy racist person, no. Drew Dober's got something going
He
on.
is.
And
No, yeah, it is
Chase Hooper's
very
going to
strange.
expose him for it.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
He's going to what?
I don't know. He's gonna be like, sick of you beating up all these black guys. It's not fair. It's not good.
Yeah.
Racist.
It's not good
Homophobic.
for our culture. You know?
Drew Dober's like the nicest guy ever. He's honestly like the coolest guy when he's talking, and he's kind of like Quaid, like very similar to Quaid in how he speaks. Super nice, but
obviously everyone at home knows who Quaid.
everyone knows
We're
Quaid.
talking about
No, he's
it.
similar to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Okay.
Like that's his kind of vibe, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, chuck him in there against a Drew Dober after he gets one more win in the top 15, outside of the top 15.
Mm-hmm.
Drew obviously set at number 15. Chuck him in against him after one fight, and then give him a title. Just give him it. Don't even let him fight for it.
It's not even like it's no weight class or anything. It's just a belt.
Just give him a belt. Here you go, son.
You've done enough.
This is the belt, the ultimate belt. And then for Leave It, he's gonna have to leave it off for a while. Just sit on the couch for a bit, leave it, and then come back and work his way back into a title.
I was slapping the hell out of my knee just then for the
Saw that.
that couldn't, aren't
Oh
getting
wait,
the
Chase
visuals.
Hooper, he could fight. Who's the guy who beat Paddy Pimblett?
Jared Gordon.
Jared Gordon. Chuck him in against Jared Gordon. That'd be a good fight for Chase Hooper, I think. Just outside of the top 15. He's just got a win as well. Jared Gordon.
That's right. He fought on the prelims.
Yeah.
Not this weekend gone, but the weekend before, wasn't it?
He had that good comeback victory. So yeah, Jared Gordon for Chase, I think. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
And then Leave It again. Take a bit of time off.
Let's leave it.
Leave it, mate. Spend a bit of money. Buy a new car or something. You have fun. But yeah, the rest of the card, it was good. It was a good card. There are obviously the main three fights. There's obviously that one that you fluked.
I fluked, but can we speak about that fight for a second? Because what a banger.
Yeah, that was insane. And a good comeback as well.
A great comeback. That first round, she was getting absolutely pieced up, and you could see it in the second round. Some conversation must have happened with her coaches because it was a different woman out there.
Yeah. She got beat up. Her face was absolutely pummeled.
Face was mangled, man.
Yeah.
It was gone.
She didn't even have a face.
No, it's rough. You know?
Yeah, that was a super impressive finish as well. Her opponent did seem to protest a little bit. That was a good stoppage.
Over what?
She just kind of got up and she was a bit like, what?
Yeah.
But no,
it was a good stoppage. Her hands were down, like to the strikes that she took before that. Her hands were just like she was done.
Yeah, her hands were just.
Yeah, like there's that screenshot that I was showing you just before we started this.
Yeah.
She's just standing there with her hands down, getting kicked in the head, and she wants to keep going.
Yeah.
All right.
No, Rebus is extremely impressive, honestly. She's kind of like knocked up there just a little bit before, but she's never quite got into that top echelon. But give her a top 15.
Isn't quite like
fighter.
broken through the ceiling.
Yeah, she's not quite got like
all the way. The way there.
Should we have a wee peek at her division? There she is.
Who?
Oh, no, that's not her. What am I doing?
Why do you always go back to Amanda Lemos?
I don't know. Rebus.
We've had this problem
Lemos.
before.
Lumos Maximus. All right, so he is the women's strawweight division. That's her division. And she is placed at number 10 currently. Let's chuck her in there with Jessica Andrade. That'd be a good one. Jessica just won. Gets her into that top 5. Amanda Lemos, maybe even, who's coming off a loss. Pump her up there. People like Rebus. She's a fan favorite. She's funny. Obviously a great fighter. She can find the finish like that.
Yeah.
Good at finishing people off. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a happy ending all round.
Was. For her fans. Sure. But yeah, saying that, I don't really know who our opponent is. Who our opponent? Laura.
God,
no,
we're good at this.
Pinheiro.
We're so good at this.
We are. She wasn't even in. So
Who are you, woman?
oh no, she was number 9. So yeah, she'll
look at that.
go up. Yeah, I don't know. Someone Angela.
Fight
Hill.
Angela Hill. Boom. That's
Everyone
done.
needs to fight.
I
Angela
bet she
Hill
will
at least
too.
once.
Angela Hill
Yeah.
just got to win.
Yeah, true.
So
Angela Hill has fought
Pinheiro.
everyone in the world.
Yeah, I'll admit she had some wicked ground and pound. Took me down.
Oh,
Elbows.
UFC 5, UFC
Yeah.
4. Yeah, moving on.
Moving on.
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching this short episode of Combat Corner.
If you like what you see, we've got lots of long form content below and lots of other videos like this. So feel free to go along and check it out. We really appreciate all your support. Thanks again for watching.
Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment, share it around. Have a good day.
Peace.